Hallo, liebe Abonnenten und alle anderen Interessierte meines Kanals. Ich hatte vor circa 4 Wochen ein Video herausgegeben mit dem Titel David Icke, so will man uns verwirren. Hier geht es um das Transgender-Thema. Ich war mir unsicher, ob ihr euch überhaupt dafür interessiert und ob sich eine Übersetzung lohnt. Daher hatte ich eine Umfrage gemacht und euch gebeten, mir zu schreiben. Es haben insgesamt 68 Personen mir geschrieben, dass sie diese Übersetzung gern möchten. An die Umfrage haben auch mehr als 50 angeklickt, dass sie die Übersetzung haben möchten. Es gab 139 Likes und fast 3.500 Aufrufe auf dieses Video. Einige haben auch gemeint, ja, etwas verstehen sie schon, aber eben nicht alles. Bei mir geht das übrigens auch so, da kommen Fachbegriffe vor, die ich auch nachschlagen musste. Und im Laufe der Bearbeitung dieses Videos ist auch mein eigenes Interesse an dieser Thematik immer größer geworden. Jetzt schaut euch das bitte einmal an.
Now, whether people feel that they're in the wrong body is none of my business, and they should get all the support they need to come to terms with whatever they decide they want to do. Of course that's right. I mean, why would anyone want to discriminate against someone in that situation? Of course not. But what they do, same with me. They talk about, oh, he's racist, he's against the Zionists. No, that's the excuse, mate, to stop this stuff coming out, right? And so the excuse for transgenderism is we must stop discrimination against transgender people. But that's not what it's about. That's the frickin' excuse. They don't give a shit about transgender people. They don't give a shit about anybody. Got no empathy, nothing. The reason for the explosion of transgender is not to stop discrimination against transgender people. It's to confuse people, especially the young, about their gender who weren't confused before. That's what it's about. It's about making people confused that weren't confused before because of this agenda that I'm coming to. And this is why it's everywhere. This is why the language is being changed. You can't say mother and father anymore. You can't say boys and girls and all this crap. And I would say to people in this transgender arena, and it's often not transgender people who are pushing this crap. It's other people that are pushing it and using them as the excuse. It's a very different thing. My dot is not the only dot. And we need to look with peripheral vision at what's happening and why it's happening. Why is there explosion everywhere? Why do I tick transgender explosion off in every country I go into? Because it's a global agenda. And this is Richard Day, Dr. Richard Day in 1969. What did he tell those doctors? Boys and girls are going to be made the same. This is what is happening. Children as young as 13 to be asked whether they are gender fluid, demigirl, or intersex. 25 different genders to choose from. Oh yeah, let's confuse them. Oh, people are becoming more gender fluid just because they're encouraged to be. BBC series for children as young as 6 about transgender child taking hormones-blocking drugs. If kids aren't gender confused yet, they soon will be when this school is done with them. A policy of not being able to say boys and girls. Stop calling them boys and girls. Advisors who are paid £200,000 to help train teachers say using sex-specific terms in the classroom is unfair to transgenders. Nothing to do with that. It's confusing those who are not confused. Australia, schools banned from using the term mum and dad, and boys told to dress up as girls in non-gender specific free play. It's not free play if you make them do it. And the transgender bloody bathrooms, and here we have pediatricians in America talking about reckless profit-driven doctors prescribing children as young as 12 sex change hormones. They call it child abuse, but it is not specifically in its foundation terms about money. It's about changing the nature of the human form. I am non-binary. Well, unless we start realizing what this is really about, there will only be binary. On-off election.
Wie ich es schon einmal mitgeteilt habe, werden meine Videos teilweise entweder ganz oder temporär entmonetarisiert, was bedeutet, ich bekomme kein Geld für meine Übersetzung. Daher möchte ich euch bitten, den Link unten zu benutzen für eure Amazon-Bestellung und den Spenden-Button auf meiner Kanalseite, falls ihr mir etwas spenden möchtet. Vielen Dank schon mal dafür.